Dried weeds and industrial waste caused the Bellandur lake bed to go up in flames, covering the area in toxic smoke. That is the word coming in from MLA N.A. Harris and Karnataka State Control Pollution Board Chairman Lakshman, who inspected the 900-acre lake bed. The Bellandur lake is in the news for frothing over with toxic foam and had caught fire once earlier as well in the year 2015. Here is a detailed ground report from my colleague Shrija in Bengaluru. Take a look.
A day after Bellandur lake bed went up in flames, MLA N.A. Harris as well as Karnataka State Pollution Board Chairman Lakshman and other BBMP officials visited and inspected the spot to understand what really caused the fire. As you can see right behind me, this is exactly the spot where the Bellandur lake bed went up in flames. What we understand as per the BBMP officials is that the hyacinth in between the lake went up in flames. Now what caused the fire is the speculation that it could be the industry effluents which are flowing into this very lake. Also what we know is that according to the Karnataka State Pollution Board, what they tell us is that they have already initiated action against some of the apartment owners as well as industries who are letting the industry effluents flowing into this very lake. Also remember, this is not the very first time that Bellandur lake bed is going up in flames. This is in fact the third time, and also very recently, that is in January, by the end of January, the Urban Development Department, Mahendra Jain, had in fact formed an expert committee especially to revive this very particular lake. In fact, a 20-member team was formed to revive this Bellandur lake. However, they had in fact come up with short-term and long-term measures. According to them, the short-term measures were to install aerators so that it can improve the oxygen level of the lake, and as well as to install STPs. However, it's been already a month has passed by so far. Now, no measures have been put into action. Also, what we understand is that what could have caused the fire, according to the BBMP officials as well as the Karnataka State Pollution Board Chairman Lakshman, is the build-up of methane because of the industrial effluents as well as the detergents which have been flowing into this very lake. In Bengaluru, Shrija for Magic Breaks Now.
Now government has taken a serious concern about this Bellandur lake, and the committee has been already formed, the expert committee by the government, and a committee has recommended so many recommendations, especially short-term measures and long-term measures. And short-term, and now the lake is the custodian is BDA. BDA, they are taking initiative to float the tenders immediately to tackle the issues, especially short-term tenders, short-term measures, that is removing of weeds and then installation of aerators. We have to stop the inflow of the sewage, and we have to enforce the law very effectively, so that around 600 apartments we have identified the defaulters. Out of that, around 130 apartments are still yet to commission the STPs, and we have filed around 14 cases against the builders, and we have given opportunity 6 to 8 months, so they have to complete the construction of the STPs for treatment of sewage and reuse of treated water.
The coming here, you're questioning, all this should have happened 25 years back. Sorry, it has not happened. So we don't want to make a blame game, but I think what has not been done, which was to have done that time, is what we are doing now, and that is the result of what you are seeing today. So tanks had to be safeguarded, had to be maintained well, which has not happened. They have abused it so far. All the sanitary waters have been let into it. Full from Bangalore, everywhere, each one of you use shampoo, soap, all of us, all are coming into these tanks, and it's polluted today. And there's a lot of chemical particles in that. So now, because of that, this fire is happening. There's no other reason for that. Immediately now, this expert committee is there. A lot of people are working on it. Actually now, there is a full 100% on toes work is going on.
But it's been over a month, sir.
No, see, all these things can't happen in a month or in a few days of time. It needs, see, now they have called for tender. They're going to bring in fresh air into this water to aerate. So then what happens, this water will get cleaned. Then they are going to take out all the weeds. There's so much of weed. So we are really not able to see what is there inside.
So also, apart from this, what are you planning to do about illegal garbage dumping like biomedical waste on the lake bed as well?
No, already that is also taken care now. Biomedical. Just now we discussed, the chairman was there. They are already making incineration plants for collecting that and burning it out. So that is also in program. You can just meet the chairman for Pollution Control Board and also take further details.
It is an irresponsible attitude of a civil society also कि लोग सोचते नहीं कि हम ये तालाब को हम दोबारा पैदा नहीं कर सकते हैं. तो बहुत ही जरूरी है कि अर्जेंट इम्पोर्टेंट प्रायोरिटी इसको देकर स्टेट गवर्नमेंट मस्ट put in all the checks and balances to ensure कि the तालाब साफ रहे और उसकी जो इफेक्ट है उसके वो वीड्स में, वो मिट्टी में, सराउंडिंग एरिया में सब पे असर पड़ेगा. सो इट इज ऑफ ग्रेट कंसर्न.
उसकी जानकारी इकट्ठी की जा रही है और शाम तक जानकारी आ जाएगी तो आप सबको सर्कुलेट करें.
वो पोल्यूशन जो है वो उसी सिटी के पोल्यूशन की वजह से है. व्हाट आर वी डूइंग टू
नहीं
deal with that kind of industrial effluents?
इतना पासिंग रिमार्क नहीं दिया जा सकता. हमें देखना पड़ेगा कि उसके कारण क्या कारण है, किन कारणों से उसके अंदर आग लगी है और उसके तथ्यों की जानकारी इकट्ठी की जा रही है. शाम तक इकट्ठी हो जाएगी और उसके बाद आपको दे दी जाएगी.
Yesterday in the evening around 17:50, that is 5:50, we got a message that there is a dense smoke is coming from Bellandur Lake. So immediately our fire tender from Sarjapur Road Station, they rushed here. They found that the grass is burning with a dense smoke. Yesterday you might have seen in the TV and all, it was white smoke coming. White smoke is because of the dry grass. So they extinguished the fire because fire was around 50 to 60 feet inside the lake. So it was, firemen could not reach there immediately because it was sinking, the foot was sinking. With great difficulty, our people, they went inside with a hose and all, they doused the fire. The fire was burned control.
We've actually seen in Bangalore that most of the lakes are actually, there's toxins, there's froth that actually spills over to the roads of Bangalore. So it's a serious concern when it is about environment and at the same time also the impact that it actually has on human health. Because all this while we were only talking about water pollution, we were talking about how toxic the lakes have become, the water bodies of Bangalore have become. But this time after this lake has caught fire, it also means the kind of air quality impact that it actually has on the citizens. So it's very, very tragic that imagine in 2015 the same lake caught fire, in 2016 August the same lake caught fire, and now again in 2017 we are seeing the same situation, and there's nothing, no action that we actually see or no intent of action that we actually see on the ground. And I think it's everybody's collective responsibility.
Every alternate day we see the debris dumping here. We would log call with BBMP or we will call the HSR police station. They'll come a day later and probably just see, okay, now it's under control and go back. We had a meeting with BBMP, with Revenue Department, everything at the end of January. And that time it was a clear action on BBMP to be fencing around the lake so that the debris dumping is much better controlled. And also there was an action on the Revenue Department to mark the boundaries. So we are still waiting for those actions to be taken. I hope this escalation of this issue will probably force the authorities to take the right action.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at magicbricksnow. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.